I'm not even entirely certain after having watched the video that I know what the premise for Island is.
I have some theories, and I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah. I mean, there's a very obvious theory, and I hope to God it's not going to happen.
No, it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
You talk about the wolf thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's super fucking rapey.
Jesus Christ.
What is this?
The hot
Springs
springs
show.
one.
When he turns into a literal dog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I guess I didn't like. I guess it didn't hit me the first time, but yeah, that's sexual
I
harassment.
think I made the joke when they did it about like, oh, he's a dog now.
Well, that was the joke. I don't think you made the joke. You were just pointing it out.
Or yeah, I pointed out the obvious joke they were making.
I think we should talk about our backlog of 5 episodes, and then we'll go into whatever fuck the season is.
All right.
Because it's a season.
Yeah. I wrote down 3 things that looked interesting, but
I wrote
even the ones that I wrote down, like, they were interesting, but they're kind of eh.
maybe
there's nothing
some
that's
dark horses
yeah.
in the bunch that'll be, good. Who the fuck knows? But anyways, I'm Brandon. You guys
Are
are.
we recording?
Oh, we're doing names.
That's why I'm saying my name.
Okay. I didn't realize we were recording. You didn't say we're starting now.
Just assume I'm
so-
always recording.
Have we ever said? Have we ever said? All right, I'm recording now.
Yeah, we kind
I
of just
think-
start. That was the whole
Well, I
point.
mean-
That was the whole shtick. Is we just start.
But usually there's a little bit more clear separation between like time where, we're still coming in and then like when it actually the recording starts.
Well, the recording only starts. I just clip it to the correct part.
Okay, good point.
Well, I'm Jeffrey.
Yeah, who cares?
And I'm Nick.
And Alex isn't here. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Dishes.
Does he know to show up?
No, he's not showing
he
up.
said he's not showing up.
Oh, okay.
He's got some stuff to do. I don't know what it is, but he's got stuff to do. Actually, I think he told me.
I was gonna say, I was like, I definitely did not see that, so.
No, you were talking about it
Okay.
recently.
I think it was
I'm
during
willing to
D&D.
believe you.
But anyways, I'll show you the site first. All right, deal ended.
Sure.
Well, 2 of them ended.
Actually, let's
yeah.
go with Ore first.
Okay.
Okay.
That was the longest 40 minutes I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh,
40
you had to watch 2
minutes.
episodes.
I had to watch
You
2
had to
episodes in a row.
episodes.
Yeah, that was the longest 40 minutes. I stopped watching on the last episode and I just browsed Reddit, and then I kept looking at the timer, and it was just snailing away, and I kept hitting myself. I don't even know why I decided to watch the whole episode because I basically didn't watch any of it.
Why didn't you put it on like 2 times speed or something like that so at least it'd go by quickly?
I wanted more Reddit browsing time.
All right. I mean,
Yeah, I can't fight that.
Let's see, what do I remember? The
It's
2
sort of
girls show up
the
again.
purpose of talking about it.
yeah, I really didn't like their addition. Like, I don't think they added anything to this show.
Honestly, I would have liked it more if they just focused on those 2 girls.
Yes.
The 2, the
two
other
alternates.
idols?
Yeah, the Prisma.
Okay.
I liked them more. They were funny. They had a thing going
Were
on.
they?
I mean, at least they said jokes.
The only joke I remember them making is the obvious, like the gag joke they kept making with the fact that the one keeps getting older.
Oh, well, there's also the whole selfie thing when, the quality goes to shit, which honestly,
Oh,
I kind of
yeah.
like that. That was kind of funny.
Yeah. I thought the whole like quality going to shit thing was actually like a pretty funny joke overall.
Yeah, but
I
quality
laughed.
really didn't dip that much.
It it dipped enough for like it was noticeable. It was noticeable enough for them to
definitely
say it.
I was not a fan. It was lazy, in my opinion.
Oh,
it was
was
a
there-
lazy joke.
It was lazy, but they said it was
It
like
was, it was
hey,
a lazy
this
joke,
is-
and it was also basically a rehash of the first episode with the color joke.
I was hoping to do more jokes like that though, about just the production and stuff, and have newer, different jokes. But you're right; it was basically the same joke.
yeah.
Although honestly, sometimes I couldn't tell what was supposed to look bad and what was supposed to be normal.
Yeah. I think
Like,
that's fair.
why I
That's
said
fair to
the
say.
quality didn't dip that much, because there were moments where I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
is this the bad quality stuff or the normal quality stuff?
have these people been hit with the beam yet or not? I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I
Yeah.
guess if you go through the portal, it's away, but whatever. So yeah, God, what else is there to say? It ended.
It ended.
It had
It had an ending.
kind of, yeah. It had a very open ending, which was weird.
What do you mean?
No, they stay as
Like-
girl. They stay as magical schoolgirls, don't they?
No,
Yeah.
they become. Oh yeah, they become magical schoolgirls. Yeah, they stay
They're
as
still magical girls, and they're just not magical idols. And the manager just like he just gets taken away. Like it's a very it's not satisfying because like I didn't feel like anybody.
Well, there's no conflict.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
really.
That was sort of like the letdown of it was like there was nothing to overcome. It felt
Yeah.
like.
Oh, I did this for you. Like, and she's like, oh, okay. I don't like the way you did it. Let me
Right.
throw a hissy fit for a minute, and then be completely okay with it afterwards.
And then he just leaves. Like it's not like he realizes like, oh, I was wrong. I will apologize and strive to be better and something. No, he just gets like taken away, and it's like
I'm gone now.
what?
Bye.
the only thing that happened was the one poor guy lost his voice.
Yeah,
What guy?
the boy, the romantic
the-
interest of.
Michiro? I
Yeah.
thought it was just like for a little bit. He like got choked out and couldn't speak for that one part. Did he
No, I
actually
thought
lose
it
his
was
voice?
like he didn't have his voice anymore because he bit the electrified rope, and I assumed it like shocked his vocal cords into not functioning.
I mean, that would require this show to have some semblance of
Consequence.
cleverness or
Yeah.
smartness or literally anything that isn't bad quality animation.
You're not wrong about that.
Yeah, this wasn't my favorite show, and by that I mean this is probably my least favorite show of the season. It was funny. There were
I don't
moments where I
know.
laughed, but then
There were moments.
then the latter half, they were few and far between, and for the most part, I was just asking, "Why is this happening? Hurry up, make me laugh." And then
So I fucking adored the first episode. I love that shit.
I liked
but-
it too. It was okay. I like the second episode more.
Yeah, I think. Well, wait, do we start like the first three, or did we just do one? Because I remember I was
Man,
very
fuck, I don't
happy.
know.
You were gone for a while, so you did a
Oh,
whole
was I?
bunch for your first one. We did them one at a time.
Oh yeah, no, he was there listening, but didn't talk.
That's what it
He did the
was.
first. He did the second episodes.
1 and 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was my favorite. I would say pass up on the show, seeing as how I really don't have anything else to say about it because I don't remember.
It's weird because I can't say like it took a long time to get started because I felt like it didn't. Like it got into what it was, like the magical schoolgirlness of it, like at a reasonably decent pace.
Yeah.
It just didn't go anywhere from there for a while. Like it started at the right pace and then just stagnated, and then in the last 2 episodes realized like we need to actually do something.
Yeah.
Like we need to have a story in here.
They didn't do anything with the premise. Like they did stuff with the premise, but like not enough and not well paced enough where it was satisfying and funny.
Yeah.
They kind of just crammed it into like these last 2 episodes, and it felt just kind of boring.
And like if it was going for being basically a parody of the magical schoolgirl genre, which it felt like it was trying to be, it wasn't doing it with an amazing amount of success, in my opinion.
Well, for that you'd have to like actually start parroting part of the tropes and stuff, which they did some of it, but I didn't really see them as much as I thought I would. Like I couldn't point them out.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
They're making fun of stuff specifically. They made fun of production a lot. They had a whole episode devoted to making fun of the production side of things.
Hmm.
I mean, isn't the girl running out with her breakfast like? Isn't that a huge
But
trope?
that's like the only thing we were able to point out. I guess also them like the fighting being very like violent. But
Yeah,
that's really
the
it.
fighting being violent, them going from,
That's not a trope. That's a subvertation of expectation, isn't it? Because like they show the bloody corpses of all the demons, and like normally like they win the fight.
well, the
and you don't
trope
really
is
see all
that it
that.
doesn't happen. So they're in like the parody of it. It's like the combat that is usually intense
Extremely.
that doesn't end up with everybody in bloody, torn to pieces kind of things. It's like no, they should be like fucked up.
No, the
like,
trope is
people-
her fighting evil. and in this case, the squirrel, or her fighting evil henchmen, which is the squirrels. And you don't really show violence of that caliber, but they did this time. That was the trope. The Power Rangers thing where they fight those little Cybermen. Did Power Rangers have Cybermen? I don't fucking remember what they.
I think they had something equivalent to Cybermen. I'm 100% certain they weren't called Cybermen.
Other whatever. What the hell are Cybermen? Is that an actual like word? What the hell is Cyber?
I don't know about Cyber. They were the fucking green things from Dragon Ball.
The little plant things that like grow out and kill Yamcha. But
Yes.
the fuck is Cyber?
I have actually no clue what you guys are talking about at all.
Yamcha was a character from Dragon Ball Z. He's also the most useless character in Dragon Ball Z, and dies to a minion.
Basically.
No, not basically.
Yamcha.
That's exactly what happened. Which is what basically means. Never mind.
Wasn't it multiple minions?
I think only one of them blows up, so technically only died to one.
Okay.
Also, who cares? Wolf Claw. Well, too bad, kid. You're gonna die. I think he dies. He dies once. I think I don't remember.
Literally cultivation man.
Oh, huh.
So that's why they are
Cybermen.
cultivated.
Well, yeah, because they actually are. That's cool.
Hmm.
The more you know. Learn Japanese on the ABC podcast. Or Cyber, right? That's
Learn Japanese. All those times that Cybermen is going to come into
or just Cyber. Isn't
Or just
Cyber
Cyber.
the actual like?
I
term?
assume. I don't know.
That's
I'm
cool.
getting
It
this
could
from
be
the
a-
Dragon Ball wiki.
Oh.
It says Cyberman. Literally cultivation man.
Well, there you go. Cyber would be the cultivation, and then man is man. Or
I
man-
don't even know
Cultivating
if it's pronounced
mass.
Saiba, because the other spelling they have is Saibai, which would be like Saibai in English, but whatever.
Well, then they probably just took out the I to make it like more streamlined.
Like,
Who the fuck
I don't
knows?
know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, you can tell by the way that we're talking about Mahou Shoujo Ore that we really liked it because. Once
The
again,
way that
we're-
we're dancing around
We're
it.
huge fans.
All right, let's fucking move on. Fuck Ore. It was not that great.
It was subpar.
Watch the first 2 episodes and then just call it a day because that's probably the peak. That's the peak, and then it just goes downhill.
Yeah, pretty much. It was. I don't even know if watching the first 2 episodes is worth it.
It's not. Like, just don't. If you're going to, yes, watch the first 2 episodes and just call it quits. If you're not interested, just don't fucking do it.
I would
Yeah.
say overall 4 out of 10.
I just give it a 1 out of 5. It's fucking terrible.
Um,
I don't know if it was that bad. 1 out of 5 is like a special level of low.
yeah, I'll give it. I'll give it a 4 out of 10 too. I don't think it was particularly bad. Like it wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen or anything. It was just wasn't good.
Right.
Yeah, I just didn't like it. It wasn't good. Didn't like it. It was kind of boring afterwards.
Yeah. It was boring. Not a lot happened. It wasn't like there was anything I could point out. Well, there's some stuff. There wasn't a majority of things in every episode that I could point at and be like, I hated this. Like something monumental about the
Like those
actual creation
flashbacks.
of it.
Ugh.
I still don't know what you're talking about with those. But then again, I never noticed that, and you always notice the flashback things for some reason.
I think
Flashbacks.
so in one of the episodes, they were doing a flashback, and a couple of scenes had a white vignette, which is like a little, I guess, white border around it, kind of fuzzy
Yeah.
white border. But they continue the flashbacks, and then it changes to, if I remember correctly, just a normal, like they take away the vignette, and it's just a normal scene, but it's still a flashback. And I don't know why they took away the vignette. Like, it was just being inconsistent and stupid. But no one else seemed to notice it.
Yeah, didn't you have some flashback thing you were complaining about in the last, or no? Usually you complain about when flashbacks happen because you hate that they're reminding you of stuff that you already saw. That's what you usually hate about flashbacks.
Especially, like, if it happens in that episode, that's just kind of stupid.
And it's lazy.
That's the biggest pet peeve. I understand if it happened, like, a season ago, or maybe a couple episodes, sure. But, like, in the same episode, come on now.
I'm okay with it if it's like something that was minor that is suddenly important. Like
Okay.
if we're watching something and it's like some minor occurrence happened in like on the side of a shot, and suddenly like that became the most important part to figuring something out or something like that, or the main plot was like something that happened in like one character's hand as he like took something off a desk and put it in his pocket. I may not have noticed that live, If there's a flashback where it just zooms in on that occurrence, I'm fine with that because it's like I didn't see that happening. Now I understand.
Okay, I can see that. One of the biggest offenders, shonen shows, when they're fighting and someone throws a punch, someone says, "Oh my god, he threw a punch," and then they show flashbacks of it later in the fucking episode. Do you guys remember that fucking punch? Oh my god, it was so cool. It was fucking annoying. I hate it. Hunter x Hunter was one of the worst fucking offenders of that shit. I hated it so much. Same thing with
You
Boruto.
just hated that show.
I didn't like that show.
Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah. Everyone
I've
loves
been
it.
complaining about
I
this
did
for
not.
years. Brandon has been fighting the power against Hunter x Hunter for years
It's got
now.
like a 9. It's got like 9 stars on Mal.
People love that show.
People really love that show. People love the fucking Chimera Ant arc. I don't know why. I hated it. York New City arc was the best arc. But whatever. That'll be for a different day. Let's move on to Maho Shoujo Site, where, at least for me, I kind of just wanted it to end. I was just like, oh, just end already.
Really?
I kind of liked it.
I
It
liked
was
it.
okay.
I ended up liking it more than I thought I would.
No,
Yeah,
my
but Jeffrey-
opinion of it didn't get worse or better.
It grew on me.
Okay.
It grew on me as time went on until, like, the last 2 episodes, I was finally
That's
like,
just the Stockholm Syndrome talking.
it may be. It may very well be. But the fact that I'm not saying this with Ore is what makes me think it's not. It just genuinely grew on me. Like, the last 2 episodes, I was like, shit's happening. We're getting places. Like, plots being revealed that makes canonical sense. Like, I'm digging it.
Yeah, the fights. I mean,
You don't.
I
expect
thought the
much.
fights were good.
Oh.
I mean, I wasn't like. I think
Yeah.
it was because I didn't like so much of like the first part
Mhm.
that when it actually started getting good or better, at least, it's like, yeah, I'm feeling it. But yeah, I think that the action scenes were good. I think that I thought the dialogue was actually not bad either. Like I feel like her fucking blonde girl, her return to the light or whatever was actually like, I thought it was decent. I thought they teased the beach thing several times, and so it's not surprising when like, oh, that's the thing that brought her back. One thing I am confused about.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking the main character
Yep.
shoots herself in the chest
Mhm.
when she's being strangled, and I thought that was like, oh, she's killing herself to like break the
No,
concentration.
well,
And
she physically said she wanted
Yeah,
to live, and like the gun never kills anything. Like never kills anything. If
Well-
you transport something, it's the whole thing.
okay, then why'd she shoot herself? Like, where she didn't go anywhere.
This thing, that was the weird part. Like, what exactly did that shot do?
I don't. Yeah,
That's what I was trying
It
to figure out.
seemed to be some sort of like mental transference is what I picked up from it.
Yeah, but we've never seen that happen before, so I was just kind of confused. Like, I was totally okay with the whole like. I always really like dream world or dreamscape scenes where like there are people like basically walking through the psyche. That's always kind of cool. Like fucking like they do in shit. The show with the dreams, Inception, Paprika. Same thing with fucking Into the Sunshine. Those are always cool. So I like that they did that in here, but how they got to that part was always just kind of weird.
When they first did that with like the shoot myself in the chest with the gun, I thought it was going to be like, it's not just that she can teleport places, but she can go to anywhere, anytime. So she was going to go back in time and save blonde hair when she was a kid, and basically like break the cycle.
Oh my god, then it would have been even more like fucking Madoka.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were going to go for, and I was somewhat surprised that was like the final thing they were going for.
Yeah, I was getting like strong Madoka Magica like vibes. At least like kind of the ending. Well, I haven't watched it in a while. I might be completely wrong and off base. But like, I
Is
was
it just the lesbians thing that's getting to you?
probably. But I was fully expecting her to like get the wings and say, "I wish this never happened," and then fucking Nana's like, "Oh my god, yes, so much power."
Nana's just fucking like jacking off in the corner.
It's the entropy.
Entropy.
What a fucking show. Yeah.
What if that was the fucking what do they keep calling it? The negative energy? That was their entropy.
No, that was exactly a fucking entropy. That's exactly what happened with the magical girls in Madoka Magica.
Yeah.
They have to become witches, and then they get other little girls to fight the witches, and then use that.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I got the whole like Madoka Magica connection.
Mm-hmm.
Was when Suyo almost became a site admin. Also, hold up, 1 second. When they were killing Nana, what exactly was fucking Asagiri doing? Because like she pointed a gun, but really the only one that was doing anything was Suyo, because she's the one that turned back time. She was just pointing the gun, and they were both like, "Oh, we're gonna do this together."
Yeah.
So I was like, you didn't do anything. I mean, sure, she probably transported Nana there, but why point the gun at that point? Why not, like, hold the phone with both your hands? That would have been, a better ending.
I don't
It's
know.
symbolic.
It's symbolic.
Yeah, I guess they just wanted both of them to have their own symbols out, like the
guess
heart
so.
and the moon. I couldn't say for certain. I don't know either.
It's not really a big issue. It's kind of a nitpicky thing. But, yeah, it was an okay show. A little subpar for me. I didn't like it that much, but
I kind
I
of
can agree to like a little, well, maybe a little subpar, but
At least
overall,
you guys enjoyed it.
not bad.
It picked up as time went on. Basically, once the brother left, I was okay with the show.
That fucking brother.
Once he
Should we
and
talk about what happened to the brother?
I like that happened to him. I fucking hated that guy. I fucking hated that guy, dude. I'm glad he got his comeuppance.
Oh, he gotta come up somewhere right there.
Brennan is trying to make some sort of come up joke, and I'm not certain he can pull it off.
No, because I flubbed the fucking words. Whatever. He's getting some come up somewhere.
Jesus, stop.
That works. I'll edit it so it works.
Anyways, yeah, that was certainly an ending for that. I don't know,
Because that wasn't the last
storyline, I
scene.
guess.
That was the last scene was them holding hands in bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that ship has sailed for sure.
Oh yeah, 100%.
We're on the SS Heart Moon. Moonheart sounds better.
Sure. Moonheart. Ship it. Yeah, it's
Oh, also, I would say that this show did just kind of end because we saw the whole fucking Tempest thing that didn't deal with.
yeah.
They really teased for a second season.
I don't think
That's
they're
not-
gonna
to
get
me,
They
that's
fought
what it
for it, but it's not going to get it.
no.
Barring a surprise out of Japan, the show is definitely
I
not
mean,
going to get it.
worse shows have gone second season, so it's possible.
And better shows haven't gotten third seasons, so
It's okay, Nick. Don't worry. Hinamatsuri's not gonna get a second season either, and I'm crying because of it.
I just want Spice and Wolf.
You're not gonna get it.
I know I'm not going to get it. It's been years.
Look on the bright side. Code Geass got a third season for some fucking reason. So, you can keep hoping, because that show came out 10 years ago. Sorry, 12 years ago. So just,
I will hold out faith eternal.
Nick is gonna be a 70-year-old man, hoarding his Spice and Wolf light novels, crying because the third season never came out. And the moment
Pretty
he's
much.
on his deathbed, on his computer, he'll see Spice and Wolf announced. He'll be like,
So season 3.
Nani?
I will speak Spanish and Japanese on my deathbed.
No, that was like a Portuguese.
Portuguese,
No, that
I'm
was
sorry.
French. Pourquoi?
Okay.
Pourquoi's French.
Sure. I don't know. I don't know languages. I barely know English.
A lot of people don't know English. So, how would you guys rate the show?
5 out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10.
I'm gonna give it 2 out of 5.
I think it
It grew on
I
you.
think it redeemed itself at the end.
Okay.
I think it pulled together enough plot lines and halfway decent action scenes to merit a an okay rating.
All right. Also, the lightning sword. I don't know why that worked. Was that part of her power?
Okay, I don't know. I have no idea what that was.
Because like
It was cool though.
It was okay, but like the entire time I was wondering, like, is she gonna harden the lightning? Because that would have been interesting. Because it's part of her power,
Right.
but she didn't do it. It just became a lightning sword.
She
I
just
thought-
hardens the electrons into one gigantic, like,
Right.
lightning blade.
Yeah,
It would have
like
been
it's
something.
stupid, but it makes sense within the show.
Kind of.
It's better than the fucking pistol to the heart. That didn't make
Yeah,
sense.
that was bizarre.
Also, hold up. Didn't fucking Rapey McRaperson say that only girls can use the sticks?
Yes, he did.
Yep.
So then, why the fuck was the kid able to use it? The
I
brother.
don't know.
He's just fucking lying.
Plot twist: he's actually a woman.
He's a tranny. Well, he did whip out his fucking, like, giant bulge in the one dude's face that one time.
Yo, it could have been a sock. We don't
He's
know
just
it wasn't a
packing.
sock. Also, that one girl also uses the fucking stick. The mind control girl.
I mean, the mind control. Of course, she uses the stick. She's
the actual tranny.
Oh, that's right.
So
I don't
whatever the
know.
fuck
So
it says,
it's
when you
just a
completely
lie.
outweighs. I
It
don't
is
think
just. It is just a lie.
I think it was supposed to like tie into the whole thing that he's gonna chop his dick off or something. He's going Euron on this. Was it Euron? No,
Yes,
Ramsay.
it
He's
no,
going
it was
Ramsay on this.
oh yeah, Ren.
Yeah, Theon got his weenie.
Yeah,
He got his dick chopped off.
became a eunuch.
Weenie Hut Juniors.
I thought you were talking about Viserys, the actual eunuch,
No,
the eunuch spy.
the spider. Anyways, I don't think this show's gonna get a second season, and wouldn't really care if it did.
It's probably not. I might like if we did season 2 as part of book club, I'd watch it, but otherwise I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Same here.
it hasn't. I don't know what it's gonna do. I have no idea where it could go. I mean, they threw a whole bunch of like other site admins in there at the end to be like, look how many other characters we have to use. But I'm like, I just don't know, like,
That'll fix things. Just add more characters.
yeah. How do we get around the fact that our characters have no depth? Make a lot of them. Nailed
They're
it.
going for quantity, not quality.
Exactly.
Let's see now. Yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say about it.
And that's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
I can't add very much more about it.
I got shrimp gumbo, shrimp potatoes. You can boil.
Why are we quoting Forrest Gump?
Because at the end of the list he says, and that's all. Oh wait, it's not. I was getting
That's what-
confused
No, that's what he has to say about the war.
about the war in Vietnam. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I confused the two.
You got the movie right.
That's all I have to say about that.
And I just kept running.
Also, it wasn't Forrest that said the whole shrimp gumbo, and shrimp grits, and shrimp and
Yeah,
salad.
that was Bubba.
That was Bubba.
But I thought Bubba said, and that's all I have to say about that after he did set the list. But I think he just says, yeah, that's basically all the
That's-
ways.
Yeah, it's like that's
That's
all
just
the
about
ways
it.
how to cook food or cook right.
So, on to Megalobox. Who would like to start?
Show's so good. It's part of the reason why I wouldn't rank Sight above a 5 because Megalobox was just so fucking good.
Just comparing it.
Yeah, watching one and then immediately watching the other, it's like, man,
Just
like
a stark
everything is
difference.
just shit compared to it.
It's like a valley than a mountain.
It's really good.
A
It's a
little
really
bit.
fucking good show.
Nick.
I'm so excited. This most recent episode has very much hyped me for the finale.
I gotta say, I'm hyped too. That ending montage, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted.
This is all that you need.
Yep.
You saw that ending montage, and you were like, "This is what it means to be a good show."
Yeah, it's just really good show. The music is still on point. The animation still looks fantastic. Barring the, I still don't agree with the decision to downsample it and then upsample it, but whatever, or downscale and upscale.
I was not expecting it was a surprising twist to say Yuri was like, "Oh yeah, I want to get rid of my."
Oh yeah, now it's just
Thing.
normal boxing. Just get rid
Yeah.
of Megalo. It's just boxing.
It's just boxing.
Well, I mean, we were kind of probably like, it is a sports anime, so
Well, it's not just a sports anime. It is a love letter to Ashita no Joe,
Yeah.
which the final fight in Ashita no Joe, Joe is like essentially like a welterweight, and the final fight he has is with a guy who is a heavyweight. And so, in
Mhm.
order to fight, the heavyweight drops all of the weight to get to like welterweight, weight class.
That's a fantastic way to reference it. Jesus.
Yeah. And so, like,
Jesus Christ.
they basically in Ashita no Joe, he basically comes in as like a skeleton. So, like, Yuri is in comparison to Ashita no Joe, he's in a much better place physically for this fight than they were in Ashita no Joe. So I'm interested.
Mhm.
It should be an interesting final fight.
I hope so.
I mean, they're both gonna die, but it'll be interesting.
Oh god.
You think so?
Oh yeah, they're both gonna die.
You think both of them?
Oh yeah,
I think
They're
Joe's
both
gonna
dying.
die.
Yuri has basically gone crazy and will fight himself to death, and Joe is beaten 6 ways to bloody and is gonna die. He's gonna win and die.
I don't want him to die, but someone's gonna die.
I mean, the reason that Joe kind of has to die is because he doesn't have a character. He's a fighter and he has nothing outside of that, and so there can't be an ending for Joe because there's nothing else to go to.
I won't say he doesn't have character. He doesn't have like a goal aside from winning Megalonia.
Yeah, or he doesn't. Well, he doesn't have a backstory either.
Yeah, which I'm completely okay with because it's just
He
straight,
doesn't need
he
one.
wants he just wants to fight.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing though. Like without any backstory or attachments or connections to basically anybody, he can't. There's no reasonable way to give him an epilogue that makes sense. So he
Unless-
basically has to die.
Unless they in between the fight they cut in his backstory on the last episode.
I would
don't know.
honestly be pissed. Like,
Yeah.
that would kind of ruin it for me.
Wait, to cutting in between the fight and the backstory?
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they do it in
it's-
a pretty good way to like match the pacing of the fight. There's ways to do it where it wouldn't be bad.
it might. If they do that, I would have to see it to say for certain. I would prefer if they didn't, simply because I don't think at this point he needs one.
Okay.
Like I can't take a lot away from the show just because he doesn't have like a expansive backstory like all of their other characters. Like pretty much every fighter that Joe's fought, like the last three have all had like pretty expansive backstories.
Like what? No, they really haven't.
Yeah.
Agaraki was the most expensive at expansive.
Aragaki with the whole
He-
war
being
thing.
a vet thing.
and then it was Mikio with
Mikio had one, but Burroughs didn't.
You're right, Burroughs didn't.
Yeah, and then
No.
Pepe also didn't really have a backstory.
But
Pepe wasn't a whole
Joe's
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pepe was
Pepe
5
was Mexican.
minutes.
That was his backstory.
Yeah, basically.
And then Burroughs was a USA man pretending, or an Australian pretending to be a guy from the US. I'm pretty sure Matt P's Australian.
Okay.
Because if I remember correctly, like I listened to the accent again, and it seemed a little off. There were moments where the Australian came out. If you go back
Okay.
and give it a listen.
I'm willing to believe you.
Also, I figured out like why it sounded a little bit weird, but like like hidden in Uncanny Valley. It's because of the voice the voice mapping to the mouth flaps.
Uh-huh.
It's just oddly spaced out in a way that like probably didn't really fit how they wanted to say it. I think it seemed like they weren't great at voice acting. They weren't super experienced, so they had trouble like enunciating with the mouth flaps. So that's why they kind of
Okay.
spaced out their words a little weirdly, as opposed to Americans who are at least more experienced. More experienced voice actors would probably be able to match the voices a bit better.
Right. Okay. I'm willing to believe that.
But once again, I have no idea about any of this, and I'm just completely talking out of my ass. So believe
I mean, it
me if
makes
you want.
sense.
It makes sense, but
If it gets like he gets a little off and he has to like wait for it to sync back up, and so it ends up with like those weird pauses in the sentence.
Mhm.
It makes sense. I can believe that could be the reason why.
see, I'm just hoping for another fight like Agaraki's fight, because Agaraki's fight so far has been the best fight. I just want something like that again,
Yeah.
where they just beat on each other. That's the only way I will accept both of them dying. Because if it's like Yuri hits Joe and then Joe knocks him out, that would just be stupid, and I would riot. Yuri dies because like his hands, explode, and then Jinx Dog dies because fucking he got punched in the kidney again.
I
want
mean,
them to wail on
it's
each
gonna
other.
be one thing that I'm like kind of horrified for is what like fucking state Yuri's arms are gonna be in when they walk into the ring.
Oh,
I'm
that
actually
shit's so
excited
fucking
to see
cool.
how that. Yeah, like
I'm afraid it's just gonna be like all exposed muscle or something. I'm just like,
man.
like it's just gonna be
So-
like nasty.
I don't think they're going to do that. I mean, they might, but they won't. They don't want him to look like that fucking guy from My Hero.
It's gonna be very
Burning
scarred.
guy.
I think. I think he's gonna have like very scarred arms, or he's just wear tape over it.
I think he's just going to keep tape.
Probably.
But yeah, when he said I'm gonna take off the gear, I was like, oh, I didn't know you could take it off. And then he went to Mikio's place, and then the surgery room came up, and I was like, oh, no.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that was dark.
that was fucking dark, dude. But damn.
It was dark and grisly.
Yeah, there's
But I
no
enjoyed it.
characters I hate in the show. I like them all.
Yeah. Even
all
like
the
the
things-
quote unquote villains, like
I don't think there is a
They're
villain.
good.
There's like a antagonist. Is there even an antagonist?
Well, there's the
man versus man.
the Yakuza guy.
Yeah, he'd be like the most villainous out of all of them.
Yeah,
But like he was just kind of an obstacle for the last episode, and now he's gone because apparently chopping out your
one
eye,
eyeball.
yeah, it was good enough. It was like that. It was kind of like that cliched moment where like, oh, he's done enough already. He can't even see his pupil fight anymore.
I think that's exactly what it was.
It was exactly that, and I where else have I seen it? It's happened somewhere before.
I mean, I feel like it's a very cliched thing where it's like you owe me something, and then it's like I did this horribly scarring thing, and it's like you don't owe me anything anymore. You've proven your resolve.
No, but what I'm saying is this like plot like this exact like beat where a teacher does something where they can't like enjoy or able to experience their pupils whatever.
Success.
Yeah, that's something that's been done like in something specifically that I just can't pinpoint.
I think it's been done in a lot of things.
I'm trying to pinpoint like where I saw it from first. Whatever.
No, I've not. There's a lot of
Yeah.
I'm sure there are a lot of stories which involve the teacher sacrifice plot line.
hmm
Because exactly like you said, like it is a very emotionally moving thing. Like the teacher believes in you so much they're willing to give up their chance to see it, sort of thing, or experience it.
So, yeah, I'm hyped for the last fight. I hope it's fantastic.
I hope it's the best fight. That's
It
just
has
what
to
I
be at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, they're giving it almost a full episode, assuming it takes the full episode. Like,
Yes.
assuming it goes 22 minutes and they die in the ring, like I expect them to. Or 20 minutes and then there's a funeral at the end. It's got to be the best.
It has to be Agaraki. It has to be better than the Agaraki fight. We have to have a 360 where they just keep wailing on each other, just like that fight. God, I love that scene. Oh, just remember, Nick, you want to talk about the CG in?
Yeah, sure. So we complained. The reason I want to bring up the CGI in Megalobox was because we complained a lot about the use of it in Death March last season.
Because it looked bad.
It looked
Mind you.
very
Yeah.
bad in Death March. It looked very jarring. And so the reason I want to talk about it here was because I don't want anybody, should we ever develop an audience for some god awful reason, should somebody mistakenly stumble into this and decide that we're somewhat clever, I don't want them to
Or
think that we
entertaining.
just hate. God, I'm barely entertaining on my best days. Anyways, so I don't want people to think that we hate CGI in any use, because I do think it has its purposes, and Megalobox is a great example of the purposes that CGI can be used for in anime, because they had in the 360 shot, and they had maybe the 360 shot is the shot that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, there's also the
There was
zoom in into the stadium.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, where it starts high and like it's like an aerial view, and then it sort of like swings into like a side view of the arena across like as you go across like the tops of the crowd. And like the crowd and the arena and basically everything except for the ring itself is all CG. And it works. Like they do it in a way that it's not distracting, it doesn't stand out from everything else. and maybe it's just because it's all CG, and so it all works together, except for the main focal point, which like it creates a very there is the focal point, and then there is everything else, and there's not like it's not trying to combine two things; it's letting them be separate, the way that you expect them to be separate naturally.
Well, to
But it
add to
looks-
that, the stage was, the ring was 2D, but there's a lot of movement around it. Like when the camera's moving around, you don't really have time to focus on the background because it's just kind of zipping by, and also if you're focusing on the fighters.
Right. And like even though as you're just like zooming atop like the tops of the crowd, and you can see like parts of the not the arena but the stadium itself, it's all CG, but you don't like it doesn't stand out as like atrocious looking in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat because it's going so quickly, you can't like focus on any individual piece of it. But just because it all works.
Yeah, it's also
And,
not
like,
trying to
it-
like add a horse on like a 2D background.
Right.
Yeah, like I honestly didn't even realize that it was 3D. But you're right. In like any of the 360 shots, that would be nigh impossible to do with 2D
Unless you
generation.
hire
Or
a
not
bunch
impossible,
of really, unless you hire a bunch of young Koreans.
Yeah.
but yeah.
Pay them pennies per scene.
Oh, dude, not even. Just give them
Half
like
a penny?
just a penny once they're finished with their like workload. They're like, here you go, kid. Go buy yourself a soda pop.
A single penny.
Yeah.
Ouch. But yeah, they did it very well, and I think it added a lot to it because it gave it a sense of like livelihood, like liveliness.
Yeah.
Because it made the arena, they could pack the arena without having to physically hand draw a packed arena. So like if they had to hand draw it, I think hand drawn like mass crowds usually end up looking kind of bad from close up, and so this way they could do a packed crowd, do a semi close up on it, and still have it look very good.
Yeah.
And so I appreciated it. I think they did a very good job at creating a sense of life to their show that would not have existed otherwise, I think.
Yeah, because you can definitely see that in the slums, especially. Like you don't really see life in the city, but I definitely have like a sense of what life is in the slums. Because we had that one fantastic, I guess, montage in the first episode with the song, and then another one in the fifth
Is
episode.
it the first episode?
It was the first episode, yeah, and at the halfway mark,
Okay.
with the kid listening to his.
Yeah, I thought that was like the second or third episode.
I'm pretty sure it's the first. Happens again in, like the fifth-ish. Sachio, wait, we've never talked about Sachio's fucking throwdown, or not throwdown. His little rap.
When he spits some bars.
Spitting some bars over there while he's in the ring, yeah. And then this episode we had that at the end, which I kind of want to go back and listen to again because it was really cool.
It's interesting. It's interesting how they're including, whether you want to call it rap or hip hop. I'm not so like exact on music to say one way or another, but
Hip hop.
it was.
Jeffrey the White Kid schooling you, Nick.
Well, no, well, like all rap is a form of hip hop, but not all hip hop's a form of rap.
Are you white slanning me?
You white splaining me.
I'm white splaining Nick, who didn't know whether it was rap or hip hop.
Well, no, he didn't know what was the exact. Whatever. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. We're heading down a stupid road. It's good
I think we're
music.
heading down a brilliant road.
It's good music.
Oh no, it's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Some of it was good music.
I think it's all.
The
decent.
ending song, there was nothing bad. There was no bad music.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not so good at like Japanese words or Japanese hip hop to be like what was fantastic and what was just like okay.
I mean, if it sounds okay to me, then it's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
valid. But like sometimes there's a like I don't know how to describe it.
I honestly like if you understand the technique that most people use, it's better to figure out whether someone's doing correctly or badly, and then once you start picking up on it, then you can actually tell. Like when you're young and you play a video game, you don't know it's bad, you just like it, and then you try playing it again when you're older, and you realize how much of a piece of shit this game was. Is that what you're thinking of? It's hot or cold?
Kind of.
Okay.
it's like it's a concept that I can only explain using the term white guy rap, which is a concept that I can't put into proper words.
Eminem?
It's something that you like, not Eminem, because it's a very like semi-derogatory word almost, like the phrase, the way I use it. I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying to think of like a good example. I think Linkin Park is like a decent example. Like some Linkin Park songs where they get into a little bit more like
More
The-
like actual rapping.
yeah,
Oh,
It-
like
it
Paper
sort of
Hearts? Not Paper Hearts.
it strays into
Paper
like
Cuts.
the territory of what I would call, I think so. It strays into the territory of what I would call white guy rap, wherein like the one thing that I can always think of that is like especially atrocious is the fact that like almost always the ends of their lines will always rhyme, and the rhymes are always very like
Simple.
like yeah, simple and always observed. Like it's never like slant rhyme, like you're changing the way a word is pronounced to get the rhyme, or you're like slurring it. It's always like hard rhymes. Like the words are pronounced correctly to get the rhymes in order.
Okay.
And so like
Well, there's not a lot of rhyming in the Japanese that we heard. Actually,
there was
not that
a
I
little
noticed.
bit at times.
I didn't really notice it. I don't know. I don't know enough Japanese. I don't know any Japanese to like single it out. I was just kind of. I was okay. I'm more of a visual person, so I was like mostly looking at like how they were, composing everything,
Oh, okay.
and just enjoying the beats and the music.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the lyricism. Honestly, you could tell me it would rhyme, and I'd believe you. You could tell me it doesn't rhyme, I'd believe you.
Yeah,
It's just a good, like,
I like it. I think they
It
do a
was
great
fun.
job at using those insert songs.
They were done very well though. Yeah.
Yeah, which, by the way, Sight. I'm pretty sure they use the same soundtrack like 5 different fucking times.
Did they?
Yes.
Ooh.
I kept hearing it over and over again. Like, whenever fucking Yatsumura and Asagari had, like, their little moment, that same song came up, and I was like, ugh, again. And then it got to the point where I would hear, like, the first 3 notes, and that's when I knew that they were gonna, like, be in the same scene together again. Like, saying some choice words to each other. Let's go back to my bed.
They were gonna make like eyeballs at each other.
Yeah, we're gonna hold hands.
Lewd. How
Oh,
very
but one-
lewd of the show.
did you guys see the in not this most recent episode, but the one last week, when main character was like putting her face against the
The glass.
fucking yellow box? Yeah, I thought that was very well. Like, I thought it looked good because I think they did the like had it
They had
people
that same
actor.
guy from the shower scene. They were like, oh, he did such a good job, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
They
okay.
gave him the most like emotionally draining moments. They gave him the shower scene and they gave him the death of blonde hair.
But yeah, I thought that was a good like that was the one scene in that episode that made me like, yeah, that looked good.
Yeah, especially like the hands when she's like trying to claw.
Yeah.
That's what stuck out to me. Okay, so
Agreed. I did like it.
shall we talk about? Is it in a week? In about a week and 2 weeks, the new season will start.
Is it really that? No, it's like 2 weeks.
There's some start in like a week.
Oh, really? Wow.
Like Chukan Kanriko Tonegawa starts next week, or 8 days, so a week and a day.
Okay, sure.
On average, they start in 2 weeks.
Anyways, talking about the next season and what we are interested in or want to yell about.
Yes, I have my list. Honestly, nothing looks that great this season, but I say that every season. I
Yeah.
always find something to watch.
Yeah, there's some stuff that I'm gonna like give a decent try to.
You mean like all the shows that reference MMOs?
Yes, all of them, literally all of them.
I think there's like
Es-
3.
Especially the porn one.
Oh,
Gotta go back to that. Gotta have a replacement to High School DxD.
well, speaking of that, there is a show. It's a short. Where is this shit? It's a short, but a dude
Prepare
moves
to
into
be.
his apartment, and one day he's sleeping, and he hears something above his room, and then a girl falls through, and then that's the show. It's him trying to fuck the girl.
Noise.
I think
As you
I don't
do
know.
when a girl falls through your roof.
It's a short, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like it's gonna like just pack in all the lewdness into those 5 minutes. So if you
That's
want
all
a
I
good
need.
show, Nick, watch. Oh god, it's so fucking long. Josie Ochi, Tukai Kara Ona no Koga Furekira. It's a ecchi slapstick manga centered around the part-time worker. Who cares? He's a fucking dickhead. You're not here for the main character. You're here for the two girls.
Who centers around the main character, generic douchebag.
Yeah, generic douchebag and 2 pairs of tits.
Hype.
There might be more girls. I don't know. The cover says 2 girls, so I'm gonna just decline.
I would say no because it's a short, but also from some of the other shorts that I watched, they did pack in like a shocking number of characters.
Yeah, definitely can. All right, so back on to the real shows. Do I want to talk about Backstreet Girls first? 'Cause I think that is what we're all most excited about.
I am for sure.
Nick?
Sure, let's talk about Backstreet Girls.
So, I'll read the synopsis because we actually are interested in the show.
Go for it.
Actually, I think, whatever. A group of 3 Yakuza failed their boss for the last time. After messing up an important job, the boss gave them 2 choices. Honorably committing suicide or go to Thailand to get sex reassignment surgery in order to become female idols. After a gruesome year-long training to become idols, they successfully debut with overwhelming popularity, much to their dismay. This is where the tragedy truly begins. I shouldn't talk. If we get sponsors, I shouldn't do the fucking voices.
The ad reads, yeah.
Yeah.
Stumble over like 4 words in a row.
I'm pretty sure that's like one of the rules is don't stumble on your words.
I think you're allowed to flub some words.
Alright.
I think you have to go back and say them correctly, but I'm sure you're allowed to like mess up individual
Pretty sure
words.
it's all the words. Anyways, this show looks pretty fucking funny. Maybe? I don't know. I'm
It
still on the
has-
fence. I want this show to be good because I
Yeah.
feel like it could be funny.
I think it could be very funny. I know me and Brandon talked about this earlier, but Nick, you weren't here. The people look kind of weird to me. I think just like from the trailer, particularly the girls, but just the people look weird.
It's got a very like not the only word I can think of is stylized, but I don't think that's the word I want.
think
But it's got
it's
like a very
stylized.
a very specific look.
It's very dark shadows. Oh god.
There's a lot of contrast on the
Yeah.
faces. That's like it feels like it's overly contrasted. Like that doesn't usually like faces don't look like that.
But the faces, they have these like wide eyes, like they're too far apart.
I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's especially like worse on the girls. The guys look okay though. I think.
Yeah, the guys have like okay face spacing. It's just like the girls have weird face spacing.
But yeah, one of the choice scenes in the trailer is when they're all girls afterwards, and they're just drinking and smoking the sorrows away. Also, at some point, they're like
when
running
they're
on
in a row, boob groping
yeah,
each other.
I didn't notice that the first time, but yeah, they're just running each other, just groping each other. Fucking person in the front getting the worst end of the stick.
It's
Like,
like
yeah, dude,
a
it's circle.
human
Everyone
centipede.
knows.
That's how this show's gonna end.
Oh no,
No, not again.
not like this.
I guess anyone who's interested, this show comes out in about 9 days. Actually, they don't know what day it is today. It comes out on
Sunday.
the Tuesday the 3rd, if I'm doing my math correctly. Yes, Tuesday the 3rd. I don't know what time. Check your local station.
Your local station.
Check your local station. Just buy one of those TV guides. It'll tell you when it's coming out.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be on television.
But yeah, this show's tagged as comedy and ecchi, so for sure, all the girls are gonna be like groping each other the entire time,
Yes.
which is what we saw in the trailer, anyways. So I think this is one of the shows that we're definitely thinking of watching. If this is on the list, I definitely vote for it.
I think it has potential.
I think it has potential too.
I will vote
I
for
think
it.
it also has potential to fall flat and be
Yes.
horrible, but
'Cause
Oh,
once again,
100%.
already had potential.
yes.
Then the 3rd episode happened, and then the 4th, and then the 5th.
The
and then
3rd
all of-
episode aired and nothing happened.
That was
just
it.
sort of held that speed.
Yeah, so if they work with the premise, this could be a good show. If they do stuff with the premise, explore everything there is to explore about 3 Yakuza men who are now girls, singing on a
And
stage
idols.
and idols
Uh-huh.
singing on a stage, it might be good, but who knows? I want to see idols in their idol uniforms hopping some motherfuckers with some gats, just like. I want to see.
I want a lot of Yakuza things to be happening. You know, that's.
I think it'll be interesting because like the Yakuza are a very touchy subject
Yeah.
in Japan,
Which
like
also-
Japanese media, from what I understand.
Yeah,
which is going to
so-
make this real interesting.
Hinamatsuri, they actually like didn't censor a bunch of the chapters because they never like actually animated them. They just skipped over those parts. So whatever
Like
wasn't
the
necessary-
chapters where he went to do his job, I assume.
basically. So I don't know like what they are because I wanted the manga to actually figure it out. But a bunch of that stuff got like edited, like just wasn't actually ever animated. or in
Removed from
show.
the plot lines
Yeah.
that they covered.
Yep.
Interesting. It's a way to get around it. I'll
Yeah.
give him props for that.
But there was an episode where this journalist tries to figure out, like, tries to create a documentary about the Yakuza lifestyle, and so he decides to, interview and follow the main character, who, for the most part, is a normal guy, and he's dismayed by the fact that this guy is that fucking normal. So he fakes a bunch of the scenes to make him look like he's some like stone cold killer.
Ew.
It was a
I'm
good.
sure that
episode.
ended well.
No, it
Definitely
ended okay.
didn't end with cement shoes.
So, funny thing, one of the characters, actually, I think it was that same episode, fucking, he was about to be killed, because people thought he was gunning for the president position. So he got, like, put in a barrel with cement. And then the fucking president's coming in, and he's like, yo, why the fuck's this kid in a barrel of cement? Get him out. Hinamatsuri, go watch it. Jeffrey, go watch it. Nick, go watch it. Everyone, go fucking watch it. Great fucking show.
Yeah.
It's so good. It also gives you the warm fuzzies.
Moving on.
Banana Fish looks kind of interesting.
Banana fish.
Yeah, it's got a fun name. That's why I wanted to watch the trailer.
That's the only reason you've picked it.
Banana Fish, yeah, Banana Fish. Like, why?
I'm gonna
Is it
tell
an
you, it's not
actual
gonna be
fish?
funny though. Like it's an action adventure drama.
Yeah.
So Banana Fish will probably be like some stupid like his childhood pet
no,
fish that was really a banana the whole fucking time.
chances
Like
are
his parents
Banana
never
Fish-
told him, and that's what caused him to join to become a killer.
Wait, what the
That
fuck?
realization.
Oh
I don't
god,
fucking
this
know.
is dark. Already
Wow,
brought
this is
up as
dark as fuck.
yeah. Jesus Christ, I should have paid attention.
All right,
Yeah.
let's read it for the audience. Nature has made Ash Lynx beautiful. Is that supposed to be nature?
Nurture. So no,
Nurture?
nature.
Oh,
he
nurture
was
made
born
him-
that
oh,
way.
okay.
Nurture, he was raised. Come on,
Okay.
Jeffrey.
Nurture made him a cold, ruthless killer. A runaway brought up as an adopted heir and sex toy of Papa Tino Galzine. Ash, now at the rebellious age of 17, forsakes the kingdom held out by the devil who raised him. But the hideous secret that drove Ash's older brother mad in Vietnam has suddenly fallen into Papa's insatiably ambitious hands. And it's exactly the wrong time for Eiji Okamura, a pure-hearted young photographer from Japan, to make Ash Lynx's acquaintance.
Yeah, that was kind of fucking dark. I didn't know that's what it was about.
Yeah.
So you literally just picked it because it was named a banana fish.
Yes. I watched the trailer. Well, I don't think there weren't subtitles in English. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I saw one guy with a gun, and I was like, that looks interesting. And also one guy with the camera.
And you probably saw Papa too.
Oh, I did, and he looked creepy, but I didn't think he was that creepy.
Everybody's gonna go around and call him Big Papa.
I mean, that's what he wants, apparently.
I don't know if I could get through a show where some old dude gets called Papa by everybody for the entire season. At some point in the second episode, it will start.
I'm pretty sure that's the point. Also, 24 episodes, so let's hope it's a good one. Next on the list, who wants to choose what we talk about next? Jeffrey, you have some show?
Yeah, I just gotta find it back on the list.
Oh, God.
So, Mahuyo to Roji no Mahorita Sodan.
Okay, what letters does it start with?
Starts with an M.
Okay, let's try and find this nonsense.
It's a action comedy mystery
I
supernatural. That one looked kind of interesting to me, actually.
I guess
Are you
I'll
a
get this
victim
one.
of an unwanted spirit possession? Is there a ghost you need sent up and
Oh,
away,
I know what it
or
is.
down burned for all eternity. If the answer is yes, you need Mihoyo and Roji, experts in magic law. Serving justice to evil spirits is their specialty. That one seemed like it could be funny.
It's an interesting premise. I'll give it that. I like the fact that they're lawyers.
Yes.
We're lawyers.
It's in 31 days. Oh, this looks like a short.
Oh no!
Jeffrey knows how to pick some.
No!
Jeffrey, for the record, going back to Butt Detective, it was 3 episodes, and everyone agreed it was horrible.
Oh no!
It's sitting at
Let's
like
see-
a 50% approval rating.
It's better than Trump.
You're not wrong about that. But we're not getting political.
But detective.
But yes, for the record, Butt Detective has awful ratings.
You know what
And
it was?
3 episodes long.
Not enough butt puns. They ran out in the first
See,
episode.
I disagree. It was probably too many.
Uh,
There were probably too many, and in 3 episodes, it was 3 episodes was all it took for people to get fucking fed up.
no, Jeffrey. Do you want to try another one?
No. I only have one other thing on my list, so I want to be able to talk during the rest of this. So I'll let Nick pick his next thing.
Alrighty.
All right. Let's go with. Let's do Hanabado. Because
Hanabado?
it was amusing to me. Yes.
Oh,
Trilogy.
your boys ready for some badminton?
You. By Leiden Films. Badminton by Leiden Films.
By the
I'm
way,
excited.
they made Sight. They did make Sight, right? Did they make Sight?
No, they did Killing Bites.
I thought they did Sight as well. Well, anyways, yes, they did Killing Bites.
It looks like Killing Bites. Like I haven't seen the trailer, but the style of the
You mean old boobs?
poster. No, I was just talking more about the faces. Like they have that same, particularly the second person, second girl.
just call her Hitomi 2.0.
Yeah,
But not really. I don't really see it.
I think the face looks similar.
Okay. So Nick, you wanted to say something about it?
I will read the synopsis for the audience
Go
of
ahead.
0 people.
Just
Tachibana Kentaro is a high school badminton coach who has a lot more enthusiasm than some of the members of his very small team. One day, he meets the quiet-voiced student Hanasaki Ayano, who is effortlessly physically capable and experienced in badminton. He tries to recruit her, but she seems to have no interest in the sport at all. Due to a series of circumstances, she eventually ends up joining the team. Coach Tachibana is determined that with her on the board, they'll be champions. It looks visually bizarre.
there's a lot of CG being used.
Yeah.
But
It looks
bizarre.
like weirdly intense for a badminton anime. Like
Well, I mean,
like
Haikyuu was
crazy
intense
mind
for-
break flashbacks weird.
Oh, that type. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know how serious the show is like gonna be.
Oh, hold on. Okay, so I was confused. I thought the girl to second girl from the bottom. I thought she was the main character because she, I think, is like in the trailer the most, right, Nick?
She's in it a lot.
It's
I don't know who's in it the most exactly. There's a lot of people in this trailer.
You're right. Fucking Twin Tails being a Twin Tails bitch. She's already my favorite character.
Of course.
Oh wait,
Well, there's 2 Twin Tails. There's blonde hair Twin Tails and pink hair Twin Tails.
whichever one's the bitchiest. Probably the
Dude,
blonde one.
do you like the
Blonde.
one with the frilly uniform, the custom frill uniform, or the?
I can't fucking tell. This post is small. I don't watch the show. I want to watch the episode again or trailer. But yeah, the actual main character is the girl with the pink bow tie. Not bow tie.
Hair tie?
Hair tie. Yeah, that's the main character.
That's not surprising. She is like the main face on the.
Shut up. I was confused.
All right.
Jeffrey, shut up. She doesn't even go here.
Yeah, it looks intense. It might be good because the movement actually looks pretty nice. When they're in movement and they're swatting at each other, it doesn't look bad. It might be an enjoyable show.
Not bad and nice are different things, but yeah, I think it looks It could look alright.
But really, the show with nets that's gonna be the best this season is actually Haruka no Receive. This story takes place in Okinawa, where Haruka forms a beach volleyball pair with Kanata. Kanata, who couldn't handle the pressure put on by her short height, had given up on beach volleyball already, but is convinced by Haruka to step back on the sand once again and aim for the junior tournament. How do you give up on beach volleyball? I didn't think it was like that big. Whatever. Who cares?
I mean, it's an Olympic sport.
You're right. She also,
So, I mean, it has to have some.
lives on the beach, so I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it's also true.
Yeah, just girls, bikinis, and beach and volleyball.
And boob
Yeah,
physics.
yeah. I don't even think it has that much
That's why we're
boob
here.
physics.
Speaking of boob physics, fucking did
Sight?
you see the trailer for the new Dead or Alive game?
No, but I know that you can grope the girls.
Yes, rope the girls, and the
Can you grope the men?
beachwear now stretches, so the hand feature you can grab their clothing and pull it away from their body.
Oh my god.
Yo,
Yup.
the technology behind this is impressive. But that's all I'll say about that.
I'll be honest, from the trailer, it doesn't look great.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
It looks sort of like
Is it the uncanny valley right now? Do we just need a little bit
a
more
little
work?
bit. It needs a little bit more work before it's like seamless.
Okay, so the rape simulation isn't complete yet.
Yeah, it's getting there though.
It's getting there. That's all we ask.
I mean, their boob physics has definitely improved from, I think, Dead or Alive Extreme 2, where they had independent boob physics, which
Oh.
resulted in them going in opposite directions a lot of the time.
That's just bizarre.
It was very bizarre. Dead or Alive Extreme 2 was,
Okay, by the way, the poster for Haruka no Receive looks like that girl who's jumping up is about to spike a really big ass volleyball. Oh my god. That
Yeah.
girl, she already looks mad and like
Yeah,
not into
right?
it. At least have a happy face on that. Jesus Christ.
no, they yell at you the whole time.
Really?
I think so.
Oh,
Some people are
perfect.
just into that, you know.
I mean, there's no English in that trailer, and I don't think there was subtitles, so I don't know exactly what she's saying, but she doesn't sound thrilled about it,
We
I'll say
don't
that
kink
much.
shame on this podcast.
We don't kink shame. Well, rape isn't a kink.
No, it's not.
For the record. For the record, rape, not a kink. There's a hard line there.
What's the next one?
Brandon, it is your turn to pick
Well, I already
one.
spoke. Okay,
No.
fine. I'll pick another one.
Oh. Okay.
I'll do one.
Okay. No, let's
We'll
go
go down.
Nah, you never mind. Just keep going.
We'll go down to Isekai Mao Toshokan
Ah.
Shoujo no Doraemon.
No,
Yes,
Which one's that one?
the bad-looking one.
the good-looking one.
It's the one with all the little girls.
It's the one with all the
Oh.
boobs.
Okay.
Next to the one with the other little girls.
The girls. We're gonna talk about that one later.
I'm gonna talk about that one next.
Okay, good. Okay, so in this one, in the MMORPG Cross Revere, whoops, in the MMORPG Cross Revere, Takuma Sakamoto is so powerful that he is lauded as the Demon Lord by other players. One day, he is summoned to another world, but with the same appearance he had in the game. There, he meets two girls who both proclaim themselves to be his summoner. They had performed an enslavement ritual to turn him into their summon, but that's when Takuma's passive ability activated. Instead, it was the girls who had become enslaved. Though Takuma
Fuck off with the show already.
Though Takuma may have been the strongest sorcerer there was, he had no idea how to talk with other people. That's when he makes his choice to act based on his persona from the game. Amazing, but of course, I am Diablo, the being known and feared as the Demon King. So begins a tale of adventure with an earth-shakingly powerful demon lord, or at least someone who acts like one, taking on another world. It's
stupid.
it's prepared to be hype up in here.
This show, I'm pretty sure, has more little girls than fucking the cart show did. Death March.
From Brandon, apparently, How Not to Summon a Demon Lord, this show, is straight up hentai.
I don't think it is, but like, people were complaining that it's gonna get really censored, so it might just be hentai without the hentai. But you know, I haven't read the source material.
I'm excited for the possibility.
You know what? That's on you, Nick. You do you.
I mean, DxD is certifiably good.
Well, that's because it's a good show.
Yeah, this
It just
could be a
looks
good show.
No, probably not.
DxD does not look like a good show from the outside. Be real here. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that. But this just has nothing going for it.
I'm gonna give it a try.
I'm not. It's gonna be dumb. If we have to watch this show for fucking Anime Book Club, sure. But I'm gonna.
I'm not gonna make you guys watch it for Anime Book Club. I won't even feel the vote for it. I just wanted to talk about it. I'm gonna give it a chance.
A week later,
let's be honest here. DxD looks like shit from the outside. It's
Oh
a
my
good
God.
show.
It's shit.
Looks
No,
like
it's-
trash.
it's absolute trash. But that's why I love it.
It's not absolute trash. It's trash that knows it's trash and doesn't try too hard to be anything else. It's
Exactly.
just a trashy show, which is enjoyable.
All right, well, Nick, you have to update us when we do Anime Book Club how it's going, because
I
Okay.
will. There will be
if
progress.
if whatever we do end up picking is just actual like we cannot watch this, we can swap over if your show is good.
I'm
Here
gonna find
is,
out if it has a dub version that comes out at the same time, because the dub version for DxD is hype.
Oh my god, that tub.
That shit was hyphy.
Bingo Mongo.
Quit hogging all the man meat. I still just love his friends.
His friends are fucking amazing. I still just can't get over the "that's what she said" joke.
I just love where they burst into the room. And he's like, and the one guy's like, I think he's out there scoping out the girls in the bath. Oh hell nah, he's out there peeping on girls without his crew. Fuck up, yo.
Host before bros.
Oh, I love it.
It's High School DxD.
Yes.
What is
You
it?
should watch. It's high school.
No, that is
Yeah.
what you guys are talking about.
Yes, this is from the newest season.
Let it be known that directly to the left of Isekai Maoto whatever is another Isekai show. Wait, actually, let me make sure. Let me read this real quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves real quick.
But
Yeah,
yes,
directly to
Jeffrey,
the left.
the Valkyria
Okay.
show.
Okay.
Oh, never mind. Yep, it's an Isekai show. Fuck it.
Yeah, I literally can see the words whisked off into another world.
Well, it says fantasy. Like,
Yeah, that one
At
is
this
one
point, like,
premise.
if it's fantasy, it's gonna be like an Isekai show, and that's so fucking stupid.
yeah.
It's a dumb way to do it.
Yeah, but that's just a generic harem isekai.
There's so many. Like, that's like taken over. Well, not taken over, but they're still, you know, the market's still flooded with them.
I mean, there's like 3 in this season alone.
I would say that's flooded.
Well, I actually don't know what the Subaru one is.
Oh,
I don't think it's actually an isekai.
It is.
I don't think it is.
I think it is.
Like from reading it, it sounds like it's just
Them-
it gets
them
done in a
games.
very similar way to the way that
SAO?
not SAO, fuck the
Long
rom com. No, the rom com, the OG book club anime.
Naruge?
No, the other one, Netchu. It looks like it's done the same way Netchu is, where it's
That's not
people playing the
Oh,
game,
I'm
like
sorry.
real people really playing the game, and then they just animate what happens in the game. Like they're not stuck in the game, they're just playing the game.
I mean, it has an interesting premise where a character's avatar is working after the player supposedly died.
Right.
So, like, I think it's an interesting premise. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, and I don't think they're going to do anything
No.
interesting with it.
I don't think so either. I don't have hope for that one either. I'll be honest.
Anyways, let's talk about Island. Jeffrey, did you watch the
Island.
trailer?
I did, but I'm gonna quickly. Oh right, okay. I just had to look at the front image, and I remembered exactly.
It's
What
okay.
the
I
trailer
don't
was.
understand if you wanted to erase everything about it.
All right, Brandon, this one's yours. Go for it.
Get my voice ready. I need to be mentally prepared. Urashima, an island far from the mainland. Oh, I guess that's the sentence. The people who live there lead carefree lives, but 5 years ago, the island's 3 great families suffered a series of misfortunes, and succumbed to suspicion. Oh, what? The people of that doesn't make sense, right?
Say it again. I'm not reading it with you, to be
The
honest.
people who live
Yeah,
there
never
lead
mind.
carefree lives, but 5 years ago, the island's 3 great families suffered a series of misfortunes and succumbed to suspicion. I feel like there's some extra stuff that needs to be added to that.
Yeah, I think they're missing some words.
The people
Or I just don't know what the actual definition of succumbed is.
like succumbed, it was
I guess
brought
that's-
onto
yeah.
them. So
Yeah.
there was suspicions brought onto them, but we don't know why. Like by what? Right?
They probably succumbed like to each other. Is what I'm going to assume
Yeah,
it is.
I think they started to be suspicious.
Oh,
Not like other people were suspicious of them. I think they
Okay.
started to be suspicious.
I guess it's just like a phrase I've never seen before. The people of the island cut off all contact from the mainland and began a slow decline. The key of saving the island lies in 3 girls who belong to the 3 families, but they are bound by old traditions and are conflicted. On the island, a lone man washes the shore. The man claims to be from the future, and he begins a solitary struggle to change the island's fate. He wants to fuck the girls. That's how you change the fate.
Save the cheerleader. Save the world.
I don't think he's actually a man from the future. He just learned that there's
Just
like
some
3
guy.
little girls on the island. He's like, oh, I gotta get there right now.
Oh,
He heard about it, just started swimming.
Yep.
there's these 3 little girls who are all, younger than 13. Score! Point the way!
Apparently, there's more little girls because there's another one in the character list. I like how the
Jesus.
main character doesn't have a voice actor.
He doesn't need one.
He's just a
He
fucking
literally needs to say
dickhead.
nothing.
No one's there for him.
Apparently, well, that's very true. But 1,500 people are gonna watch the show. I want to be wrong about what the show is, but I don't think I am.
I don't think you do.
No, I want
Right
to be
now,
wrong.
it is the 9th most popular going into this season.
Yes.
It ranks above Backstreet Girls
How?
and Haruka Receive. People are more interested in the young girls than the boob girls.
Oh my god. Yeah, if fucking the Shogi show beat out a bunch of other good shows, and this will probably do really well in Japan.
That show was art.
That show was peak culture, apparently.
It was. Whose culture? I don't know.
And I don't want to know. Whatever culture
I
that
don't
is,
wanna know.
I don't want to be part of it.
But it was the peak of somebody's culture.
Peak of fucking late 50s, early deathbed demographic.
Early death. Ouch. That's a hell of a way to phrase that.
That's like 50 to 90.
50 to 90.
They're Japanese. They live forever. Jeffrey,
We're
would you
just
like
gonna
to
leave that one there.
pick your next show?
Yeah, I will. It was Tenru Sirius the Jaeger. I gotta
Okay.
scroll down to it.
No, it's under.
Yeah. So, the Imperial Capital, 1930. A strange group of people carrying musical instrument cases landed on Tokyo Station. They are called the Jaegers, who come to hunt vampires.
I did it
Amongst them, there stood a young man with striking serenity and an unusual aura. His name is Yuli, a werewolf whose home was destroyed by vampires. Yuli and the Jaegers engage in deadly battle over a mysterious holy ark known only as the Ark of Sirius. What truth awaits them at the end? Question mark. With eternal affinity and spiral of conspiracy entwined, the highly anticipated action thriller anime begins.
I like the poster.
Yeah, I think the poster looks good. I actually have not watched the trailer, so I'm going to do that real quick.
I have not either. But
I did not either. I've been watching it.
CGI cars.
oh my god, nope, dropping it. I'm
Dropping it.
out. I'm
That's
kidding.
all it took? Did you actually see the CGI cars, or did you just
No.
hear him say it?
It looks interesting. No
I don't know.
doubt.
Doesn't look bad.
I'm
Doesn't
pretty
look
sure
bad.
Alex would vote for it. Which, by the way, since Alex isn't here, I'll read the show he'll probably want to watch.
Go for it.
Where is the show with that one girl who wants to kill herself?
Oh, Satsuriku no Tenshi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
that's-
fucking Alex is all about that crap.
Ugh.
Number 4.
It is number 4.
What?
Number 4 in the season.
What the fuck is number 1? Probably fucking.
AOT 3.
That's what I thought. Okay, what's the first non Oh my god.
This.
That it is.
This is the first non-sequel because it's AOT 3, Overlord 3, and then
FLCL.
Police Alternative.
I hate everyone.
And then it's Sasoriku no Tenshi.
Crap taste, everyone.
Maybe
AOT
you just have
3, where-
crap taste.
13-year-old Rachel awakens to find herself trapped in a basement of an abandoned building. Without any memories or even clues as to where she could be, she wanders the building, lost and dizzy. In her search, she comes across a man covered in bandages. He introduces himself as Zack and wields a Grim Reaper-like sickle. Scythe? Right? Wouldn't that be a scythe? That's what they're called, scythes.
A sickle?
Yes.
Because
No, a sickle is the communist.
Yes,
Thing.
a sickle is a smaller thing.
it's like a hand. It's a hand tool. Anyways, a strange bond is struck between them, strengthened by strange, crazy promises. You're gonna kill me after this. Apparently, that's what the promise was. These two trapped in the strange building don't know why fate has placed them there, but they will work together desperately to find out. If I remember correctly, one of the first things this girl says is "I want to die" in the trailer, and then she presumes to run away from the things that's trying to kill her.
hmm I think it ends with somebody saying, "I'm going to kill you now," and her response is, "Oh, thank you."
And then once again, she runs away.
So it's a very edgelordy type show.
Edgelord is like, it's not enough to describe how much edgelordy it is.
No, it's a pretty good word. This is pretty classic edgelord.
Peak edgelord.
This is it.
Yeah.
I think the guy even has different colored eyes. He has heterochromia.
Oh my god.
Just a complete edgelord.
I hope it's good. I don't think it will be.
Yeah. I just don't know, like, I don't understand what they're gonna do.
It's good. I think it's gonna like function the same way as Sight did. Like, cause this is like having some strong Sight vibes. Like the unfortunate girl who wants to kill herself. A promise. That's all I got.
Also, the main character's
Basically
face,
all
or not the
of
main
us.
character, the sickle dude's face reminds me of Jeff the Killer, and every time I see it, I just can't help but think of that stupid fucking creepypasta.
So that's probably Alex's show. Would you like to go next, Nick? It's a fucking tongue twister.
Sure. I'll go next. I'm gonna skip down to the bottom and do the other show that I said a while ago I was interested
Ooh.
in Yuragi So no Yunasan. So, which is our Hot Springs show that we've been talking about for like a season and a half now.
Yep. It's finally here, boys.
It's finally here, boys. I think next season we're getting the fucking look at me with a disgusted face and show me your panties show that we've been talking about for
That's
a
only
while.
one episode, but I say we dedicate a whole
Is
episode.
it a single? It's only a single
It's an
episode.
OVA.
Ah, we're watching it.
We have to dedicate a whole show or whole episode to that fucking show.
Oh, there is. It's in 45 days.
Oh my god, I am hyped.
It's only 24 minutes though.
I don't care.
There's also 6 girls in the poster. It's a lot of panties and a lot of
That
disgusting
is
looks.
4 minutes per girl. I am okay with those odds.
That's just enough time to get all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Panty shot, disgusting look. That's all I need. Next girl.
Yeah, just bring him on the assembly line.
Just Gatling gun for me. Like just crank it out. Not the right word to use in that situation. But moving on.
It's actually the perfect word.
All right. So the Hot Springs show. Wow, he has a hell of a name to start this out with.
Oh my god. Just call him Dickhead. Fuck this man.
Fuyuzora Kogarashi has spirit abilities and has been possessed by ghosts since he was a kid. This has caused a lot of trouble in his life, but now he has learned to fight back against the evil spirits. Unfortunately, he's now also very poor, homeless, and hoping for a happier, more normal high school life. In his search for housing, he's introduced to a very cheap boarding house called Yuragiso, which was formerly a popular hot springs inn. It's so cheap because the house is haunted by the spirits of a high school student whose corpse was found there. Kogarashi doesn't think this is going to be much of a problem for him, and the rest of the house tenants appear to be sexy women. While relaxing in the hot springs, though, he finds there's an issue with his ghost banishing plan. Yuragi So's ghost is a 16-year-old girl named Yuna, who lives in his room. Kogarashi has no desire to hurt a ghost girl, and instead he ends up agreeing to help her figure out her unfinished business. That way, she can move on to the afterlife before turning evil and falling into hell. Once it is clear that he's fine with Yuna, the other tenants reveal their own supernatural secrets. His life in Yuragi So is going to be far from ordinary.
Nick
Oh,
still has
boy.
a penchant for Fox Girls, apparently.
I'm not gonna dignify that with response.
I was right. I hit the nail on the head.
I'm not gonna dignify that with a response. It looks like quite the
Looks
show.
Funny enough. Hopefully,
Looks interesting.
It will be a show.
it will be a show. I hope for some fun stuff, or for some funny stuff. Purple-haired bitch looks really fucking thirsty, which, by
Yeah.
the way, I think we should now have a counter, because me and Nick have a theory. Any girl with purple hair is going to be the thirstiest of the lot. Although, pink-haired big boob tits over there, I think is giving us a run for the money.
Oh, the drunk Onesan
Yeah.
archetype.
Yes.
It's gonna be a fine line. Which one's gonna be thirstier?
Well, for sure she's like yandere, so we can cross that on the fucking checklist
Yeah.
already.
I mean, we know that she's gonna be a yandere, but yandere can also be thirsty as hell.
Oh, girl to the left of him, totally his fucking cousin. I'll put a penny on that shit.
I don't know. I'm willing to bet money. Childhood friend. I'll put a penny against.
Purple hair might be the childhood friend. I still.
It's
think-
close.
Yeah.
There's gonna be one though. One of them has to be.
I can't
It's actually gonna be green hair.
You mean the fox girl?
You got a great ass, kid.
All right, moving on.
You know, that was a hell of a misdirect from the trailer.
I don't
Threw
think
me
it
through a
was.
loop.
I threw you for a loop.
It was like, ooh, boo. It was like, ooh, butt. And then she stands up and it's like, ooh, 13-year-old.
no!
Now I feel dirty.
Let me just go take another shower. I'm looking forward to probably what's going to be anime of the season, Grand Blue.
Oh, this is, yeah.
Grand Blue.
Grand
This is
Blue.
Brandon's big show.
Oh my god, I can't fucking wait. I read the manga. Fantastic. A new life begins for Kitahara Iori as he begins his college career near the ocean in Izu City, full of excitement for his new life. He will be moving into his uncle's diving store, Grand Blue. There he finds the beautiful ocean, beautiful women, and the men that love diving and alcohol. Will Iori be able to live his dream college life? Okay, by the way, I was right. That was his cousin. One of those girls is his cousin.
One of those is his cousin?
Yes, and she's totally trying to fuck him.
Yes, they all are. Including the dudes. Everybody in the show is trying to bang each other.
Yes. Except for the blonde-haired kid. That blonde-haired kid is looking for an anime girl to fuck.
Yes. He has his waifu for lifeu, and you don't cheat on that.
He's got a lot of waifus. But yes, I am incredibly excited for this show. I cannot fucking wait.
It's gonna be something from the looks of it.
I really hope it's good, because I'm excited. Oh god, no. My penny fell.
I
Jeffrey?
had no idea. If
That
this
Bet
was
and
gonna be
Penny?
going on.
I have run out of shows that
Yeah, just
I
choose
was
whatever.
interested in. Alright, hold up. Let me...
Actually, never mind. I'll go for it.
Oh, okay. No.
No? Okay.
Shinya Tensei Bakaban.
Okay. What do you have to
Okay.
say about it?
The original family comedy manga centers around on an idiotic boy and his father. It looks interesting. The style is different.
Is this a biography of Jeffrey's
Fuck
life?
it.
Ouch.
Wow. You don't even know my father.
That was rude.
I've met her once.
That's
Wait.
possible.
Extremely, like,
I've said hi.
Looks weird as fuck.
Yeah, it looks very,
acid
very...
trippy.
Yeah. Alright, Alex's next favorite show, Happy Sugar Life.
Happy sure.
Happy Sugar Life. High schooler Matsuzuka Sato has a reputation for being easy, but one day her lifestyle of sleeping with one boy after another comes to an end. It happens when she meets Child Shio,
Oh god, I
the
don't remember
Child
this.
Shio, for whom she's convinced she feels true love for the first time. Sato may be sweet and innocent, but there is nothing she won't do to protect their life together, including committing murder. But from where did she acquire the little girl, and how long can their happy sugar life together last? She kidnaps the girl. I'm pretty sure that's what the
Yes.
trailer told us. She kidnaps the little girl.
I think I looked it up at one point, and I'm 100% certain she kidnapped the girl, and her brother is looking for her.
Okay, so that's who that was. All right.
Yeah, that's why the flyers go up, is because the brother is putting them up, because the pink-haired girl kidnapped the little girl.
Yeah. Once again, Alex's next second favorite show. We should put money on it to see like what Alex would choose. Because I don't think he's this predictable.
I don't think it's going to be this one.
Okay.
Even though the main character is seriously giving me some fucking Future Diaries flashbacks with the pink hair and the
Being easy.
being easy and the murder eyes that she's rocking. The pink murder eyes.
I don't know. In the posters, it doesn't look very murdery. In the trailer, yes, it's significant.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the trailer where you
Oh,
really
okay.
see it come out.
Alrighty, what would be the next show? I think there's one more show.
Did we already talk about Ozzy and Drix the anime?
No, we have not.
I think we talked about it. I think we mentioned it.
We talked about it a while ago.
Yeah, it's just Ozzy and whatever in anime. I didn't think it looked that interesting. It looked decent. It looked better than I thought it would for a show that I wasn't expecting anything out of.
I mean, I think some of the fight scenes kind of look interesting, but of course, they're putting in the best thing. So
I think. Hold up, let me check my list. That is all that I have.
That's all that you've got?
Yeah, there's Shio-chan no Tsuguru, which was fucking bizarre as shit. I don't know what to say about it. Like, do you have anything to say about it, Nick? That one show,
which
where the girl like drives by a couple dudes wearing a paper bag.
Oh.
Yeah,
There's like nothing I can say about that.
I don't know if it's funny. I was just kind of perplexed the entire time I was watching it. I didn't laugh. I was like, just confused.
As I recall, the premise was they're just trying to get to school,
Yeah,
and it's just.
it's not happening.
I think I compared it at the time to Pop Team Epic because it had that it had that very surreal feel to it. Like nothing that is happening can be real life because it starts out with a high school girl presumably giving
Oh my god,
a
yeah, she's a
strip club
she's a strip club.
pole dance.
Yeah, I just remembered that.
It's intensely bizarre.
Yeah. I don't know what would be good this season. I'll be honest. I have no idea. Let's hope we choose the next Megalobox again.
I don't think there's going to be any Mega Box type.
There's
anything.
always a good show. Like, so one of these shows might not look good from a 500-foot perspective, but I think once people start watching it, we'll be able to figure out which one it is. And I hope to dear God it's not Satsuruki no Tenshi.
It's gonna be it.
I mean, if it's it, I'll watch it and I'll hate it and I'll stop watching it.
I mean, you won't though. If it's good, you'll probably enjoy it.
We'll see.
Like if it's done enjoyably, the characters are interesting.
Well, I'm gonna sell out to fuck, I don't know. Actually, I'm gonna sell out.
Before we do selling out,
No!
Didn't you want to talk about didn't you both want to talk about My Hero?
Oh, what about it? Oh yeah, I think
Oh, it's
Jeffrey
fucking
wanted to. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, didn't
was
I thought
okay.
you both wanted to discuss the final fight, All Might versus
Oh.
All for One, and
Yeah.
then
I didn't like the fight as
the
much as I liked the
Fallout.
muscle guy versus Midoriya fight. It was still good, but I just didn't like it as much.
So I liked the original All Might Nomu fight better too, but I think it was still a seriously strong,
Oh, that's not what I was talking
strong
about.
fight.
I'm talking about Deku.
I know which one you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
Yeah, I liked my favorite one. My favorite My Hero fight so far has been the All Might Nomu.
Okay. This has had my favorite ending though, where All Might points to the camera and says, "You're next." That was
Yes,
awesome.
I felt like the oh gosh, the reveal that the decomposition guy was All Might's trainer's nephew, son, whatever.
Grandchild.
It was kind of forced. Like, like you bastard. Yeah, but you know I do something like this, right? It's like, yeah, you would. It's like, it felt kind of not pointless, but it wasn't good.
I don't know,
wasn't
because
a
it
fan.
just, I felt like he just stumbled upon him. Like it was, I don't think he did anything to make it happen, did he? Or, oh, he did kill the old All for One chick. Sorry, One for All. I keep getting them confused. I don't know. I thought it was fine. I don't really care.
Yeah, I thought it was a very good season. So I guess I didn't talk about My Hero at all this anime book club. It's a very strong season. I liked it. I think I liked season 2 better, but overall,
I think I like
very
this
very
more.
fun.
I like the season a bit more, but I hope they change openings because this opening is kind of garbage.
I didn't think it was garbage. I just didn't think it was quite as good. Very good show. I'm going to definitely continue to watch My Hero Academia. Obviously, they're going to do a movie, right?
Yep.
I think it's like a spin-off movie. It doesn't have anything to do with the story.
it's an
Oh, it's not
original
canon?
movie.
Okay, like anime movies, like for shonen, like are never canon.
Pretty
Oh,
much.
that's disappointing.
There are like 16 Naruto movies where he like becomes God, and then they just kind of never talk about it again.
I think the last one's canon. The one
Yes.
where they go to the moon.
That one is canon, but most because they're like actually animating it again.
Yeah.
That was the Boruto movie. That's why it was canon. It's because it was
No.
Boruto.
No, it wasn't.
It was
The one where they go to the moon, where he finally hooks up with fucking Hinata.
Oh, Shippuden, not Boruto. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know.
the last Shippuden movie.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm 100%. I'm not 100%. I'm 90% certain that one is canon because that was the start to their relationship, which then sets up Boruto.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. I haven't heard much about it. But they are right now in the middle, or they're. It's still the Chunin exam arc, but you know how like the whole fucking Otsukis come by and like fuck shit up. We're right in the middle of that.
Okay.
That we just found out that Boruto cheated, like a fucking dickhead. A great scene.
Surprise.
It was a good, well done scene though. I liked it. You could see the disappointment in Naruto. No, son.
That's why you liked it.
I like Boruto. It's okay. Although I don't know if it's just nostalgia, but I feel like the exam arc, the Chunin exam arc, in the original Naruto was just better because I cared more about the characters, and this one they kind of just brushed them aside. So I don't know. But anyways, I will sell out to David Production because they announced JoJo Part 5 like 4 days ago, and I've never been happier because that means we're getting even closer to Part 7.
All right. I guess that's a valid thing to sell out to. I'm going to.
Give me JoJo.
Let me make sure I have this right. I'm going to sell out to CD Projekt Red
Ooh.
for announcing that Cyberpunk 2077 is going to come out at E3 a little while ago, and also in response to they also gave two of my favorite responses so far in talking about like the game. in which their response to when is it going to come out is when we're done with it. And the response to the question of is Ciri going to appear in it because she appears to give reference to it in Witcher 3, they were like, fuck no. The fuck she's not. The fuck she is going to appear in this game.
I mean, you could make a character that look like Ciri.
I mean, they can.
Yeah.
They're not going to.
No, I'm saying
they
you
never
can.
will. They don't want. They basically said like we don't want to do like any sort of multiverse thing with Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah.
We just want it to be the world, and that's it.
But no, like the player can make their character look like Ciri if they want.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but that was their response to
Man, I fucking
is
love that
Siri
trailer.
going to appear in 2077? They were like, no. Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Oh man,
Stop asking us.
I can't wait for that game.
I can wait. I want it to be good. I want it to be like Witcher 3 good, so I can wait. If they said they're not going to release it until it's ready, I'm willing to wait until it's ready.
Jeffrey, you?
Okay.
Report?
So I guess I'll continue with the thanks for creating something in the future that I will be excited to do and sell it to Bethesda. Fallout 76. I'm actually pretty hyped for that. Yeah, I'm excited. It looks good. And maybe it'll get me playing video games again because I don't really do that much these days.
Oh, it's your fault.
It is my fault, but I mean that seems like a game that like I'd be down to play. I hope it's good. I hope it's better than Fallout 4. Not that I didn't like Fallout 4. I just didn't like it as much as New Vegas or 3.
I think it looks bizarre with their idea of like there are no NPCs in the game, it's just all players. And at the same time, they were like, "Oh, don't worry, you can probably play the game without really having to interact with too many real players."
That's like kind of like the point of the game, though. It's, interact with people.
Well, okay. They actually have. They say, yeah, we're going to have lots of quests. You can basically play it single player if you want to.
Oh, okay.
But instead of people, there's going to be robots everywhere.
Yeah,
That's how they work around it.
it seems like a strange design choice, but we'll see how it works out.
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to get it day one. I'm going to wait for the reviews to come out, and I'm going to see if that's something I'd be interested in. Maybe hear, like, I know Jorge's already pre-ordered it, so he could get the Power Armor helmet. So he'll be able to tell me how it is. I'm excited. That is, and I guess the Elder Scrolls 6, which goes along with my Bethesda sellout. Looks exciting, but the Elder Scrolls 6, the trailer didn't actually show anything. So
It was mostly just like a teaser, like it's saying, "Hey, we're doing this."
yeah. So
We're finally
I'm
doing
excited
the
for that,
first
but
thing
I
that isn't Skyrim.
Yeah, we're dealing with all the backlash that was the Fallout 76. So here's here's Elder Scrolls 6. Because apparently people had a bad reaction to 76, didn't they?
Kind of.
And the initial was like, "Ew, this game looks crappy."
Well, the initial was like a lot of people being like, "I don't like that you took away all of the NPCs and you're making us play online all the time."
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the only way to have my own server is to like get a private server and all this other stuff. Like the only place, like actually single players get a private server.
And actually, at first, they're not even going to have, like, you won't be able to make your own server at first. Like, it's something like that. Like, you can't, like, you can join other people's, but it's going to be like like GTA, in which it's kind of just open to everyone. No, I guess in GTA you could close it off, but you can't close it off in Fallout 76. I think some people are upset about that.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's an actual like main series Fallout game, is it?
No idea.
So it's going to be tough to make it canon. It takes place within a lifetime of the bombs actually falling, and they make reference to Vault 76 in Fallout 3 because they take place in such like relatively close spaces.
Yeah.
So it's going to be canon, but they have some weird fucking creatures in it. Like they have dragons in it.
Huh.
So, but they also have giant sloths, and I'm excited for that.
All right.
All right then.
Well, that was this episode. We read through some shows that are probably gonna be crappy.
I like this way. I like how we did it this way
Ow.
better than how we normally do reading for a new season, where we just go one by one by one. This was better.
Yes, this was. Although we need to like fix it a bit because I think we were stumbling a little bit, but you know, we'll iron out the kinks.
Sure.
Sure.
That works.
Is that the actual phrase? Iron out the
more or
wrinkles.
less.
Whatever.
We'll fix this issue that we're having.
We'll work out the kinks.
The issue is unfixable since the issue is us.
Ouch.
Accurate, but ouch.
It's bad for the chance of ever having an audience.
And with that, goodbye.
Farewell.
Auf Wiedersehen.